Exploration Overland. My name is Zach, and my journey did not start here. It actually started here. Have you guys ever needed to just get away? Just put everything down and disappear for a little bit. Just go off and let your mind get cleared. Well, that's what I've been needing. Ever since I've gotten home, I've just had tons of things going on, tons of projects, just lots of stuff in my head. I needed to get away and just relax. So I've decided to go to a place that makes me happy and that I can actually do just that. Let my brain just completely relax and have some fun. Now, you all have probably guessed from the opening where I am at, but we are on our way to Moab. That's right, a little off-road mecca in southern Utah. It is just a place that makes me very happy, and I can just let everything on my mind clear itself, which is the whole purpose of this trip. Now, for this trip, once again, I will be doing a bunch of different trails that I have never done before. Some of you guys will probably recognize them right off the bat, but that's just how it's going to be. I've never done these trails. Some of them, one of them at least, I've always wanted to do, but I had to wait until the Jeep was in its shape that it is now, with its lift and the tires and everything like that. So it should be really, really fun. But the whole premise of this is to go and just explore new trails, relax, enjoy some awesome weather and some beautiful camp spots, because I have a lot marked. So we got a variety to choose from. And I think we're going to just have fun. I know I am. I hope you guys will enjoy it. So, without further ado, let's get back to the very beginning where I met you guys. That's right. I am currently in Moab, Utah. Right behind me is actually a suspension bridge, and this is the very beginning of the road that leads you to Top of the World. That is the first trail I am starting with right out the gate of getting here today, is Top of the World. I've never done it. I've always wanted to do it, and because the Jeep is now in its configuration that it is, I have the clearance and a little more peace of mind to actually go ahead and conquer this trail without too much fear of having issues on it. So that is what's going to happen here shortly. Right now the Jeep is airing down. She's right over there airing down right now. And it has been an interesting drive here. I've driven through rain, snow, hail, and more rain just to get to here. Now, all this rain that I drove through to get here, that was in Colorado, was here in Moab last night and this morning. So things hopefully have dried out a little bit. It's a little windy out here, so hopefully that has helped dry things out. Otherwise, it could be a little interesting. I don't know how much water is retained on Top of the World and things like that. So we will find out. But I am super excited, guys. Like I said before, I just needed to clear my head and just come to a place that makes me really happy. Now, my happy place in the world, or at least in the mainland United States, is Flagstaff. I didn't want to drive that far. So what's better? 5-hour drive from Denver to Moab. It's perfect. So while I'm out here, we're going to tackle a bunch of different trails that I have not done. We have about 3 days, so we'll see how many of those trails we actually get through. But I'm going to start with Top of the World here. So I think the Jeep is done airing down. Let's get ourselves on the trail. The Dewey Bridge is the start point for our adventure. This suspension bridge was built in 1916 and used to be the main way of getting across the mighty Colorado River. Nowadays, it is just rusting away and is there actually as a historical piece before you hit onto the trail onto my favorite road surface to get to the start. Alright, now I realize it might be a little loud in here. That is because a portion of the beginning that takes you towards the Top of the World trail and stuff is nothing more than a corrugated road. My favorite things in the world. I hate these damn things. So it is, you know, quite bumpy, all these things. You know, they got a corrugated for the little Ford Escape that I just passed a couple minutes ago, because for some idea they thought that was a genius idea, was to come up this road. Whatever. But the first part of this is corrugated road, and then it should turn into, or there should be a turnoff before the Top of the World trail. Now, I'm going to be very curious on how this actually goes in the Jeep, in its configuration, because I've only ever seen videos of other people doing top of the world trail, and I've always wanted to see the view at the very top in person, and that is my goal, at least for right now. I don't see this trail taking me all day to do. It is currently about 10:30. You know, I got up this morning and drove from home, got up at about 4:30, left at 5, got all the way out here, and I am so excited to be out here, guys. All right, may the fun begin. We are at the actual top of the world trail now. For you guys, it was like a short little boop, and we were there off of that lovely graded road. It actually took a little bit. It was about maybe a 15-minute drive, give or take. But man, this is going to be awesome. And though the weather was said it was supposed to be sunny, which honestly it's getting there. There's a ton of blue sky right over there. The weather isn't too bad. It's only like 54 degrees. I'm loving it. It's beautiful. And we are getting into some technical stuff right out the back. It's not overly technical, don't get me wrong. Not yet. We'll see. Never done the trail. But God, it feels good to be back in Moab. This is, my goodness, this is the actual first Moab trip of the year for me. Though I have passed through Moab a couple times, I have actually not stopped to wheel or anything. So this is going to be awesome. Okay guys, this is a massive rock garden. There is a little, I'm gonna loosen you up here, little bypass right here. Now, I'm going to attempt the lovely rock climb. And we're gonna see how it goes. I don't think I'll have too much of an issue, but we're gonna see how it goes. If all else fails, there is the bypass. But I'm not here to take the easy line. I'm here to test the Jeep, and this is gonna be a great tester. So let's see how this goes, honestly. I'm excited to see how this is actually gonna go.
Now this obstacle I found to be the hardest obstacle out here on the trail. It just was. Out of all the things I did, this was the hardest obstacle. And the reason for that is because it is comprised of several large rock steps that if you don't pick your line, you're not going to make it. And picking your line becomes so critical here. One, me being by myself meant I had to choose the best line that I could. Now I'm going to tell you right now, I failed. I failed several times to try and climb this obstacle. Because the line I saw, I thought it was going to be the best line. If I had 37s or even 40-inch tall tires, I probably could have cleared the obstacle just fine. But I found with my 35s, the Jeep just could not clear the obstacle without getting stuck up on its belly pan. Now, second thing is I'm doing this by myself, which means, like I said, I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to break anything. And I eventually did find the correct line. It took a little bit, but I did find it. And I will say I did get to conquer this obstacle. But this is very important to keep in mind that if you are doing these obstacles, whether it's with people or by yourself, taking your time and not trying to break things is very important, guys. You don't want to get yourself stranded out there, either by yourself or even if you have other people. You don't want to get your rig stranded out there and then have to pay an immense amount of money to get your vehicle recovered off of an obstacle just because you didn't want to, accept the fact that you either had to take the bypass or you had to choose a different line. It's all about mindset. So here we go. Let's see how this goes.
Well guys, I didn't let this rock step conquer me. I may have turned off all my other cameras, but I left that one running. So I'm hoping it caught all that climb up where the Jeep was teetering everything. I'm crossing my fingers. I won't know until later when I look at the footage, but I'm glad I left that running. I turned it all off and was like, oh, I'm just going to go back down, but I didn't want to be defeated. One more try. So glad I did it. Woo! Let's keep going, guys. We're almost to the end of this trail. It's a little windy up here, but we're at the top of the world, yo. This is awesome. Now here's the best part. First, whoop, the La Salle Mountains out in the distance. Absolutely beautiful. Moab is right down there. And then we have more trails and everything else back that way, guys. It is awesome up here. But my favorite part, my absolute favorite part is this. If I can untwist you. Boom. Guys, just how happy that makes me to see my rig at the top of the world on that ledge. It is like a dream come true, guys. I've seen so many people's photos and other videos, and to be able to do this trail myself and to plant my rig right there is absolutely awesome. I am having so much fun. Oh my goodness. And then we have Onion Creek down there that leads out that way. Moab's on the other side of those mountains. We got things behind the camera. Guys, this is an absolutely awesome view. Damn, it is awesome. Love it out here. But I'm going to take this in and then I'll check back in with you guys. But guys, this is, I can't explain how beautiful this is. And though this trail was one of the hardest trails I've ever taken that Jeep on, it took it like a champ. There was that one section that was kind of beating me, but I conquered it in the end, which made me so happy. And just, I didn't shy away from any of the hard lines because I knew that that thing right there would be able to handle it. If you are trying to do this in a stock Jeep Rubicon, a stock rig, you're probably not going to make it. Though there are a lot of little bypass spots, you're going to get hung up in a lot of areas, and unless you're willing with other people and have a winch, you're going to struggle and you're going to do a lot of scraping to get up here. If you were to try and do this in a stock rig with 35s, you may get a little bit further, you're still going to scrape, and you're probably going to rub your fenders immensely. Having 3.5 inches of lift, the 35s, guys, there were a few spots that were a little bit of a challenge. I touched the belly pans just a few times, but this thing walked up it like it was nothing. And I am so glad that I waited till that was to the stage that it's in, and for this moment to come out here, guys. When I started, it was dark, it was cloudy, it had been rainy. It is blue skies, the dark clouds are in the distance, it is sunny, it is absolutely beautiful up here. My goodness, guys. But this is where this video ends. It's not the end, but this is where this video comes to an end. Thank you guys for joining me today as I conquered the top of the world. It has been an absolute blast. If you guys haven't already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, guys. I have a goal of 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and you guys are what makes this channel happen. So go ahead, hit that button, give me that support. I absolutely appreciate it. Also, link in the description, like always, for the parts that I use on that rig and to my other social media accounts. That is where I keep things up to date on what I have got going on for the most part. And then, like always, there's also a link in the description for my Patreon account. If you guys would like to support me other than hitting that subscribe button, it is also greatly appreciated. But thank you all for joining me, and I'll catch you all next time out here in Moab and on the trail.